Welcome to the podcast. Today we're diving into an exciting tool called mairu. It's a game changer for anyone who works with AWS credentials. Now, if you've ever juggled between multiple AWS roles and accounts, you know how complex and tedious that process can be. Mairu aims to simplify that experience significantly. So what exactly does mairu do? Essentially, it allows you to securely manage and automatically retrieve AWS credentials for command line tools and scripts, all while letting you switch seamlessly between different roles and accounts. Pretty neat, right? Let's break down what mairu can do with a real-world analogy. Imagine you've got a master key that opens multiple doors in a building. Instead of fumbling around with a bunch of keys for every single room, mairu is that master key for your AWS credentials. You use it to enter different rooms within your AWS ecosystem effortlessly, without worrying about which key fits where. Now, how does it work? Picture this. You have your AWS SSO set up, and mairu acts as the intermediary. You can set it up with a single command, like setup SSO, and voila, mairu retrieves the necessary credentials from AWS SSO or a credential vending server. When your session expires, mairu automatically prompts you to re-log in, which means minimal downtime. But it gets even better. Mairu can also use a feature called auto roll. By creating a simple .mairu.json file in your project directory, mairu will know which AWS role to assume when you execute your commands. So instead of having to remember complex ARNs or server details, you just get to focus on your project. And it's super user-friendly. Now let's talk about how you might effectively integrate mairu into your workflow. One of the key benefits is that you don't need to set up a new configuration for every role. Imagine you're leading a team on a project. Using mairu means you can onboard your colleagues easily without sharing your secret sauce or configuration details. You just provide them the project directory, and they can hit the ground running. As for security, while mairu protects against accidentally exposing credentials, it's worth noting that you shouldn't run it on untrusted machines. Just like you wouldn't leave your master key lying around in a public space, treat mairu with the same caution. Now, I'm curious, how do you currently manage AWS credentials? Have you faced issues when switching roles? If you have, mairu could really smooth out those bumps in your process. To summarize, mairu is transforming the way developers and teams manage AWS credentials. It automates retrieval, simplifies role switching, and streamlines team collaboration. Before we wrap up, I'd like to leave you with this thought. As we continue to build more complex applications across multiple cloud environments, tools like mairu will not just save us time, but also help us manage our security posture more effectively. Thanks for joining me today as we explored mairu. If you found this discussion helpful, consider sharing it with your team or someone who might benefit from using mairu in their workflow. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.